I don't know what I've got myself in for with this one. This is going to be ridiculous. I'm going to turn my volumes down quickly, just because I reckon that everything's going to be stupidly loud. Right. Turn it up in my ears again now. Right. Okay, well, isn't this bright and colourful? Okay, hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now this is something that I've heard mention of quite a bit over the last few months, but I've never sat down to play it for myself. I've not seen any game footage of it whatsoever. All I've heard is that it's a bit odd. It's like deceptive and weird, quite dark. I've heard that it's like kind of a dating simulation game that is a kind of framework for a psychological horror game. At least that's what I gathered from Steam. Which, if you're interested in playing this for yourself after witnessing whatever you see today and haven't played it yourself, it's free. It's a free game on Steam. So, fuck knows what we're getting ourselves into, but I'm kind of interested. So I'm going to click new game, and I'm just going to see what happens. Please enter your name. Meatshield. Let it be so. Oh god, okay, this is... Okay, this is going to be interesting. Hey! What? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Well, that sounds like an anime. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never seen yourself... The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh god, you've got the eyes going for it as well. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say like that you were thinking about ignoring me. Oh. I don't know if I'm going to be bothered to, like, properly get into all the voices on this. I don't think I've got the mental fortitude for doing anime girl voices for I don't know how many hours at a time. That's mean, Meatshield. Yes, it is, but you're going to be, like, overly high-pitched, and I don't know, I haven't got the vocal range for that. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Who laughs like that? Who laughs like that? Honestly. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Meatshield, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Yeah, what? I already told you, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Yeah, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? When? Do you have a reference of this? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content on just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That's a story that feels a little too familiar. Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club, why are you striking chords with my past? Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. Don't need to do any of that. Don't need to socialise. What are you on about? Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Okay, I appreciate that. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What the fuck is a NEET? I've never heard that term before. I have no idea what it means. You trust me, right? I don't know. I don't know who to trust. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright, alright. Concerned that she's going to stab me to spare me from my own misery. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Ah, here we are in school. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. That's alright, I guess. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. What's up, Cookie Tunes? I like the name. That name strikes a chord with me. I really like that one. How's it going, man? Or go, I don't know what your stick is, but okay. Clubs is what we're doing. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs, so we got to do that. Okay, I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I guess you do have several choices. I'm sure there are many choices, but anime club, I guess. Okay, you're good. That's good to know. Good. Hello. Oh, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Oh, you love this game? I haven't played this yet. This is my first time ever playing it, and I've seen nothing of the game before, so I hear I'm in for a treat. I hear I'm in for an interesting time, but okay. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Bollocks, she cornered me. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Ah, I feel like I may have heard of this literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Well, at least she's got ambitions. You know, that's good. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Did she now? Oh, and Sayori is joining us in the chat on YouTube. Well, ain't that fun? Oh god, it's like playing Life is Strange all over again. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Ooh, cupcakes. You may be swaying me there, Sayori. Maybe. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Meat Shield, what a nice surprise. Well, I'm glad someone's happy to see me. Jeez. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. If it's what takes your fancy, okay. What are you looking at? the fantastic ribbons in your hair. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She was also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Meat Shield. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. This game's already hitting where it hurts again. So mean. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Meat Shield. Meat Shield. There, can barely even read my own name right now. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? That would be fantastic. I'd love some tea. I've got coffee. Could I just stick with this? I'll have tea later. I need to pee in like 20 minutes, but alright. The girls have a few desks arranged to form the table. As Sayori mentioned, it has been widened so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room when Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! How do you even pronounce it? Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Oh, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, you, dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, that does sound like a ball ache. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That's very honourable and perfectly reasonable. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. All very fair points. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Again, fair points. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees, unlike the quality of my voice acting. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Meat Shield, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingertip. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Those sound like good books. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I think I know quite a few people that are like that. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I see. Are we starting to go down the tangent of what this game might be really about? Ah, I read a horror book once. Once. Never again. Never again. It's just the worst thing. Get a spoon stabbing my face. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. What is with you? I don't think I trust you. You're being shifty. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? I don't know, maybe it's the bright pink hair. You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Yeah, your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Nah. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Shut up, Sayori! We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Everyone? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Meat Shield? Yeah, sure. That sounds like the best way to get to know people. Writing each other poems. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Meat Shield. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Meat Shield, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, oh, this is going to be riveting, I can tell. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Meat Shield, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh wow, okay, we've actually got to write the poem. This is fucking insane already. Like... It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so... Can I do anything with you girls? Or are you just gonna bounce around down in the corner? Okay. So what do? Do I just pick a word or something, and then that will go off and do a thing? I don't know. Vibrant. Ooh, I think that, Yuri, I think, liked that one. Ooh, okay, what we're gonna go with? Comfort. Disarray. She seems to be liking a lot of the things that I'm picking out. Okay. I don't quite know how this is going to end up turning out. Heaven sent. Just boop. Let's go with boop. Determination. Unrestrained. I'm just gonna pick whatever words. I'm not even really thinking of it too much. Dream. Yeah, I'm assuming that Yuri is going to enjoy this the most because she's been bouncing all over the place with pretty much every word that I picked up. Sensation. Intellectual. Horror. Entropy. I don't even know what effulgent means, but vivacious. Hopeless. Socks. Memories. Meager. And death. What is that? Oh, this one's 20 out of 20. Okay. Oh, hey Kyle, nice of you to join us. I have no idea what's happening. I'm trying to put a poem together, apparently. And we'll go with alone. Right. Right. Okay, next day. Okay. Hi again, Meat Shield. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Meat Shield. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. No, I doesn't read. I don't do what's... Got caught up watching Altered Carbon. I'm familiar with the name, but I can't pin what it is. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Meat Shield always gives his best as long as he's having fun. This is very true. In life and in-game. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Oh, it's a sci-fi thriller. Ooh, I may have to try and check that out sometime. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Meat Shield can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori... me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it. If you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Alright. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Doing what? Okay. Getting anime flashbacks. Yeah, this is just mental so far. I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's already just bizarre. Oh, I've heard of The Expanse. That's one that I do want to check out. I've heard that that's rather good. Anyway, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book. Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. Just accidentally. I accidentally bought two copies of this book. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yeah, and it's totally relatable. Like, that is just, you know, paragraph for paragraph, exactly what my life has been. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Meat Shield? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. I guess that's true. Adam Savage got a cameo in the last episode of Season 2 because he's a huge fan of the books. Ooh, cool. And Lugos Vantian. Hey, dude, how's it going over on Twitch? The 100. Don't know that one, but I'll have to write all of those down when I get done with all this. But let's see what Yuri's going on about. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should tell you I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. I'm good, Luke. I know it's you. I recognize the name. Well, not necessarily. Like, when I finish, like, the stream, I'm still going to have, like, these chat boxes up here, so I'll scroll back through, I'll write them all down. I just got to get through this first. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Oh, this one needs a hell of a lot of, like, kind of work on the throat. I don't talk all this much. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Or just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri meant about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Ah! I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Oh, this is so fucking weird. Oh. To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Yeah, you're getting distracted by all that anime, boob. That's what's happening. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. What do you mean about that one there, Meat Shield? Yeah? I don't know what's going on. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Now, wait a minute, what are you trying to say about me? I don't fucking know. Don't know where I'm going with any of this. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Who wrote this? Seriously? Oh, goddamn. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Excuse me. Oops. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Seriously, who wrote this? It's like the most dreadful of, like, weird fan fictions, or... I don't know. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of someone of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Meat Shield, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Ah, Monica! Monica, you're cock-blocking me! God damn! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh god, okay, we're doing this. How in the hell did my poem turn out? I have no idea. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow! Alright. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. So what is it? Is it one? I don't fucking know. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Wow, a whole 2 chapters. Nice. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Bow chicka bow wow. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Why does that sound dodgy? Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know, can't I just read it out? I'm curious to see what I wrote. Only words I remember were death and boop. Let's share it with Monica, I guess. I should start with Monica. She is the leader of the pack. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Meat Shield. Having a good time so far? Yeah, absolutely riveted. This, I can't stop. This is just brilliant. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? There's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Meat Shield. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Fantastic way to go about life, I think. Set your own bar so fucking low that anything you do just impresses people. Ah, that's not very fair. No, I think that's perfectly fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri kind of likes his writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find out what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I guess so. Carly set the bar so low as in the Devil's Wine Cellar. Wow, that is low. And now everybody's laughing for some reason. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction... Oh, what? It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Wow, okay. Interesting. So that sounds sort of... some sort of abusive household or something? I don't know. Interesting. So what do you think? Set the bar so low James Cameron can't even reach it. Yeah, fucking bottom of the Mariana Trench. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. It's very true. I get that when I'm writing music. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. It kind of works. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, bye. Alright, we'll show the poem to Yuri next, I guess. Because she'll like this one, I guess. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Maybe, yes. Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Yeah? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Oh! Bloody hell, there is so much to fucking read in this. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Right, Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Oh yeah, I totally get all of the hidden meaning behind that one. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. You do, that was a bitch to read. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was. I don't know why you're lying about me. Fucking mouth and brain just not communicating. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. In the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Meat Shield. Woo! You go, girl, you fucking punch those bricks. I don't know what... Fuck... Me too. Oh, God. Right. Naughty SpongeBob, hello. Time to beat your meats as anime chicks. I thought that's what Newgrounds was for. Oh, God, fantastic. Right. Right, okay. Let's go with Natsuki. We'll save Shiori for last. Right. Well, it's about what I'd expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just it didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. I included the word boop. You should be happy with that. There might have been muffin or something else in there as well. I don't know. Do you want to get smacked? No! I'll pass. Thank you. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. I like the change in music for her as well. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Right. Okay. One of these girls better give you that good ka-chow. Mr. Winky is going to stop his... God damn it, SpongeBob. Calm yourself. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. Well, no, it's fucking garbage. It's like a 3-year-old wrote it. I don't like it. Stop just agreeing with all of them. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I suppose, I guess, so you did. I don't even know what to make of you, dude. That is just... I wouldn't say that I don't like Natsuki, which certainly wouldn't be my type if I were to pick any of these girls. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Right, Sayori, you're the last one. Have a read. This is a good poem, Meatshield. Are you sure it's your first time? Well, now, we're not calling that into question, could we please? Honestly. Of course. Oh, god damn it. Don't admit these things! It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. Yeah, God, I miss hanging out on Newgrounds. Takes me back to my college days. See? It's like I said before, Meatshield. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Well, we'll see about that. Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Crab battle. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Yeah, we'll see about that. Alright. What have we got? Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a raining day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yes! Best poem out of all of them. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toasts. Yep, that's a good breakfast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Yeah, this was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. I guess that's everyone. I glance around at the room. It was a lot more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Meatshield did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Meatshield liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Meatshield appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Oh, fuck, they're all fighting now. Oh, goddamn. Luke's missing Sugar Puffs. Oh, God, man, I miss Sugar Puffs. I haven't had Sugar Puffs in fucking ages. And yeah, Carl, you're well on the right point with the sun being a damn good sniper. And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Meatshield started showing up. Oh, if that happened when I walked into a room, I'd be a happy man. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Meatshield, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making all of your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader and not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Meatshield. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Meatshield? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be Yuri. I mean, I agree with her points. Like, I mean, Natsuki's got some very good points as well. They're both valid. And, oh god, what do I do? Do I actually pick one of them, or do I yell for Sayori to come and help? Can she just, like, can she do a Bolera and drop kick them? Please. Just make everything so much easier. I don't... Sayori, help! Okay, right. Sayori! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Meet Shield. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Oh, for fuck's sake, now I just made everything worse. Oh, yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Please. Fucking stop. Oh, God. Oh, hello to Kai Ransor. Yeah, I don't know what I'm in for. I really don't. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Well, Sayori got the points across that I wanted to try and have put across, so I'm glad I went with that option. Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Oh, Jesus. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Oh, Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Meat Shield, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'd learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Oh, we're doing it again? Oh, wow, okay. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. No, not that. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And nod to myself with newfound determination. Meat Shield, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yay! Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew, You know, Meat Shield, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you getting along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone else really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay. Right, we got another day, another night of the poem stuff. So I'm gonna go for a short break, just for a few minutes. I wanna go and have something to drink, just kind of relax my fucking vocal cords for a few minutes, because all of this talking is knackering me out. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Go and grab yourself a drink, something to eat, whatever you want to do, and I will be right back. Okay, let's get back to this mad bullshit, shall we? Fucking hell. Right, let's write this next poem. What should we go with? I've no bloody clue. Existence. Awesome. Daydream. Fickle. Incapable. Grief. Extraordinary. Marshmallow. I'm having fun with this one. Destiny. Disaster. Question. Lipstick. Inferno. Inferno Lust. Well, that sounds like a good 80s cock rock band, doesn't it? Forgive. Charm. Promise. Nature. I take a beak. Well, I should be back from break by now. Where are we? Fuck, what was I going to pick? Universe and essence. Okay, that'll do. Right, another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. The MC Stupid Files quote, marshmallow. Right. Hi, Meat Shield. Hi, Sayori. Yo. Looks like you're in a good mood today. When isn't she? I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. So when you get used to it, you're just going to be a solemn, miserable little fuck. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Haha, Yuri suddenly giggles. Why I gave her that menacing fucking ha. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Aha! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Meat Shield to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Fucking... Yep, bang on, I guess. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. The revolution. Retribution. Right, there we go. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Okay, don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What the f... Who smacked her? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What was... Eh? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Yeah, I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat, goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mm-hmm. Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Oh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring, at least. Or you would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't, really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! Oh, man. I should have done some vocal, warm-ups before starting this. This is really knackering my voice out. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Meat Shield. Monika smiles sweetly while fucking booting everybody else off the screen with her ass. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Well, entirely into the closet? I don't know. What? Oh, right, okay. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? Guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. Problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. It's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. It doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the things that speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Oh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Ah, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Yep, I really think they do, don't they, Sayori? Oh, God. Fucking sort your shit out over here. Right. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, hello! Fucking Christ! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? If so, I'm very interested. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Nope. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Ah. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh, hello. Wow, we are getting saucy in here, aren't we? This is so funny. Yep, this is funny. This is exactly what I was thinking about it. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? Well, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. It's because boobs! Does this thing even fit you properly? Yeah, it did when I bought it. Yeah, how many years ago was that? Ooh, yeah, binge watching can be a bitch at times. I gotta be on, I'll agree with you on that one. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now. So, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? It's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Well, that was a great waste of time, wasn't it? That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Hey? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. And it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Hey, Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Oh god, we've got to do all this again. Make sure I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Okay, who should we start with this time? I think this time we'll start with Sayori. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Meat Shield. Eh? I love it, especially after yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Right. Jeez, I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I'll understand you better than a lot of people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Meat Shield poem. That's just going to be a tagline on everything for things now. It's like, what is it? Is it Waitrose or M&S over here in the UK? It's not just blank, it's M&S blank. Whatever. It's not just oranges, it's Meat Shield oranges. Yeah, this game is really fucking weird, isn't it, Luke? It's just mental. Apparently it gets really, really dark, though, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen, but fucking, I don't know if I can manage it at the moment. And that makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Yeah, well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I guess that's a fairly good way of, you know, interpreting things. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Exactly what I was just trying to fucking say. Thank you. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try and keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? Ambivalence. Oh, bittersweet. Yes, there's that as well. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you're having a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. Okay. Yeah. It's not just a poem, it's a specially misspelled and brutal Meat Shield poem. Yeah, okay. That could work. most likely mispronounced as I try and read things too quickly and stumble over my words. And make a nice happy rainbow. Right, okay, that's unexpectedly poetic. Eh, it is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Maybe you're just hungry. Maybe it's Maybelline. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright, let's see what you did. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all of my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets, hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging, digging, scraping and scraping. This is getting a bit off. Night after night, more dreams. No, wait, there we are. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow. That went fucking downhill quickly, Sayori. What the fuck? Did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm just so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best! I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Or maybe she's actually going to die. Who knows? But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Bloody hell. Yeah, fucking... Hey, Dragster! You're excited for this one, are you? I don't know what I'm in... This is just... I've been talking so much that I can barely enunciate my own fucking thoughts right now. Bloody hell. Right, next up we're going with the tiny bitch. Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. I'm in for a treat, am I? Oh, good. Yeah, I've heard interesting things about this, but I'm pretty much going in blind. Everything's caught me off guard so far, and I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was more of a compliment? Ah, glad someone recognises my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Hey, you think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type, all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Fucking bitch! God, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Alright. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Oh. Yeah, this has been dragging a little bit, but my god, it's just been mental. Not bad, right? Fucking dreadful, Natsuki. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. Yeah, you don't like spiders, and anybody that likes spiders is gross, and you... I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. Yeah, sure. And it helps people realise how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... It doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Okay, so... Right, so your poem was more of a kind of a society's... or what you would say would be society's view on people that have kind of taboo interests. You know, people that are into weird things like, you know, as an example, like adults that still play games and buy toys and all that sort of thing. And, you know, when it comes down to, you know, things like tattoos or piercings or, you know, blokes with long hair and beards or whatever it comes down to. If it's outside the norm, it's considered... You know, if it's outside the cultural norm, it's considered weird and that it shouldn't be a thing. When most likely, in secret, a lot of the people that publicly cry out about that sort of thing probably like that sort of shit in secret. So, actually, yeah, I totally get where you're coming from with that one, Natsuki. So, yeah, 9 out of 10. Well, you're definitely right. I'm liking this. It's getting you to think about things. That's pretty cool. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. I might be reading a bit too much into it, but then, you know, that's what they've been saying about all this poem stuff, is it's up to interpretation. You find your own meanings in it. And if what I got out of that one is what was the original intention, then fucking boom. I don't know what boom is, but on to something at the very least. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay, I will. I'll certainly try. Next we'll go with Monica. Save Yuri till last, because she is the one that I am trying to woo. Hi again, Meat Shield. Hello. How's the writing going? Dreadful. Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Oh, good. Coffee's coming up the wrong way. Please don't. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. No, not if I keep putting things like boop, lollipop, and rainbow into fucking poems. I don't know. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. One of these days, I'm hoping that I'm going to get an opportunity to read whatever kind of pre-written poem my character comes up with, because that would just be absolutely hilarious to see what has actually been written. Alright, I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities... Try that one again. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not into reading? You're not reading into it too much? Boop is love. Boop is life. Boop snoot! I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing kind of has a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Captain forgot how to word again. Yep. Right, let's take a look. Save me. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me. What? Save me, load me, and then there's a load of stuff in between. Is this meant to be like one of those weird things that you're meant to read backwards once you're done with reading it forwards? I don't know. No, I don't think it is, but... I don't quite get that one. Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I'd never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Yeah, like playing around with MySpace and word spacing was just... You know, I've seen some MySpace pages in my time, and fuck me, they were terrible. It sounds like she was watching Star Trek the Motion Picture recently. I haven't watched that in years. Well, no, yeah, it's been years. God. It wasn't the best of films, but it was alright. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's all about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh yeah, here we go. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Fuck, we're breaking the fourth wall here, fellas. Fuck. Okay. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? I don't know. I think you're getting a little bit meta here, Monica. Meta Monica. Metica. That's your Transformer name. Now roll out. That's my advice for today. Yeah, fourth wall break. Yeah. Wrath of Khan is very hard to beat. But See, I do like Wrath of Khan, but I'm not sure if it's my favourite out of the original films. I think Undiscovered Country might be. That was such a good film. Anyway, back on track with this. Thanks for listening. You're welcome. Right, who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anybody else here, so I guess we should just leave. Yuri! Hello. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Meat Shield. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. And write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Oh, right, God. Where are my glasses when I need them? Jesus. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. Okay. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread. And I feed myself again. Did she kill a raccoon? Okay. Right. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. There's a lot more raccoon. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Yeah, I'm totally there. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Oh, don't worry about it, Dragster. Like, I know we all have, like, our busy lives to keep up with, so, like, don't worry about not being able to be around all the time when streams or whatever are happening. You know, come and go as you please and as you can. But good luck with all the stuff that you're doing anyway. Anyway, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Like feeding a raccoon. Yum. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Oh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. Ah, I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Oh, don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself for it. Yep, that's the best thing you can do, so... Yep, embrace your weirdness, people. It is going to be your greatest attribute. I might be ranting a little bit by now, but no, it's fine. I'm glad you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Yep, I'm fucking done. I think I'm about done for everything today. I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room... Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Fucking hell. Yawn out of nowhere. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you'd heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yep, we're all going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see, just like... Fucking... Look at it! Look what I did! Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't. You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuki shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. Like how she's just poking Natsuki in the eye right now. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings. Bitch, fucking get on it. And Captain's drunk on anime girls. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. Like this sort of game takes me back to when I used to like peruse Newgrounds when I was in college. And Newgrounds was just littered with ridiculously stupid and awful dating sims. So there were like loads that everybody just played. And they were exactly like this, you know, it's just really awful dialogue and just overly cheesy. It's something incredibly nostalgic about playing something like this. So it's just weird. It's just so bizarre. It really is. Being intimate with yourself. Yeah, well done, Sayori. That's exactly what we're trying to go for here. Finding new horizons. And having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons we're all in this club today. Yeah, it's not because I'm here for some potentially underage anime boob. Don't you want to share that with others? Maybe. Maybe I do want to share that with others. To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Oh, right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your own poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Oh, of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. Recitation. I've never actually had to attempt to read that word before. The four of us applaud. Yep, okay, well done, congratulations. Way! Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Oh, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quite quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. That sounds like a good album title. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Unlike me. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. That's what the first Meet Your compilation album should be called. Yeah, I'll have to try and remember that one as well. Fucking Christ. And Skyrim RS. Skyrimmers, I'm assuming. I don't know. Hello! And who am I going for at the moment? I don't know, my interest's leaning towards Yuri. I quite like her. She seems dark and broody, kind of. She's certainly interesting at the very least. Everyone else just seems a bit either too hyperactive or too normal, I guess. Yuri seems kind of quirky. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Meat Shield liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Eh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. Satanic chants or something? I don't know. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Meat Shield. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Meat Shield lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Yep, thanks for that. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. Just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way round for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. Or coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Bloody hell, more bloody poems! I mean, I get it's a literature club, but why is it always poems? It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. Okay. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. So, I know nothing of this game. I've gone into this pretty much completely blind. I know that it's kind of a horror. I know that it's meant to get quite dark and quite weird later on, but I know nothing of this game so far. So, yeah, it's proven to be interesting. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I can't wait. Yep, Sayori said it for me. I think I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Yeah. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Read out Klingon poetry for him. Yes! It's okay, Meat Shield, you don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. Ugh. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, lots of things have already changed. Today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Ooh, okay. We make our decisions here, do we? Could I not walk home with both of them? I guess? I don't know. I mean, the game did suggest, or Monica broke the fourth wall and suggested saving before these decisions, so I guess I could do that. Oh, right, that's already saved, so, okay, right. Well, I'm interested in Yuri, so probably walk home with her. Walking home with Yuri, huh? What does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialise, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I'd just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. It was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. If there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. And again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Who knows indeed? And I think with that, I am gonna wrap this stream up here, because... Oh, good God, this is just knackering me out. I think when I come back to do some more of this next week, which I will be doing, I'll be back next Wednesday for some more of this. Oh, man, my voice is absolutely knackered. I dread to think what I'm getting myself in for next week, but it's going to be fucking interesting. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up here for tonight. So, I'm gonna say thank you to everyone who has been joining me. Yeah, that bendy shirt's fucking amazing, isn't it, Dragster? My girlfriend got me that for Christmas, and it's just awesome. But yeah, thanks. I'm glad that you think I'm doing well with the sweeps guitar stuff. So, yeah, I reckon this is going to start getting insane. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. So, join me again next Wednesday for some more of this. I'll be back on Twitch with some more StarCraft 2. I wasn't in the headspace for it earlier in the week, so my stream earlier this week did get cut short. I was just having a bit of an off day, and it just wasn't working for me. So, I will be back before the week is out to play some more Heart of the Swarm. And, obviously, check out the YouTube channel every day for Let's Plays. There'll be a new metal cover coming out within the next couple of weeks, just as a heads up for all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys. You know, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Check me out on Patreon if you like what I do enough to want to support me a little more directly. And once again, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Have a good night, guys.